Okay, so I usually start by asking, how many of my typing sessions have you seen before?
I've
I've
seen a
seen a
few.
few.
Okay, and how long have you known about typology?
Honestly,
Honestly,
it's
it's
not
not
been
been
that
that
long.
long.
It's
It's
probably
probably
been
been
over the
over the
past few
past few
months, I
months,
would
I would
say.
say.
Okay, cool. Do you feel as though when you go through the world, you're more often in a state of saying, oh, I see why that person's acting that way, or more often in a state of saying, why in the world is that person acting that way?
Probably
Probably
why are
why
they
are they
acting
acting
that
that
way?
way?
Okay. Um, can you give me an example of something that makes you go, oh my goodness, what is this person thinking? That happened to you in life?
Um, oh gosh. I don't know. A coworker made me mad today.
Oh yeah, what did they do?
I work at a bakery, and she wanted to leave the muffins out over Memorial Weekend, which will close tomorrow. And I said, like, why don't you just throw it away?
Today. And she was like, no. And they're going to be 3 days old. I was like, no, just throw away the muffins. And she just was not wanting to do that. And I was like, okay, it's fine. It's whatever. But that made me like really upset.
So
It's just muffins.
do you think she's gonna throw them away on Monday?
I mean, maybe, but like, what's the point? Like, throw them away today. I think she wants to. She wanted to sell them on Tuesday. Well, we're closed tomorrow, so she wasn't going to be there on Monday.
So she wants to sell them on Tuesday. Do you think she's gonna go on there Tuesday and go, oh, you know what, these are too old and throw them away, or do you think
No,
she's actually gonna try to sell them on Tuesday?
she's actually going to try to sell them, and that's just gross. That's not okay.
How old is the oldest muffin that's okay to sell?
Honestly, if it was my bakery, I would say a day. Because after a day, I just don't think it's okay to have customers eating not fresh product. But
Okay. So your concern then is just that it's gonna be stale, not that it's gonna be bad for them or anything.
yeah, no, I don't. They're not going to croak over and die or anything. But
Okay.
I don't really want to deal with the complaint.
You wouldn't want a stale muffin if you were a consumer.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Do you consume a lot of muffins?
Well, I like muffins.
Do you like the top part better than the bottom part?
Nope. The bottom's moist and it's like crumbly and it's good. I don't like the top.
That's very opposite of you. Then most people prefer the tops.
Really?
Oh yeah, sure. Everybody knows this. People prefer the top of the muffin, and the bottom part you go, okay, I have to have a lot of coffee to get this bottom part down. The top part was delicious.
Hmm. Well, that's actually interesting. I would not agree.
Okay, well, that's fine. That's one of those things in life where it's perfectly okay to agree to disagree.
Yeah, no, it's just a muffin.
Right, it's just a muffin. It's just a muffin. Okay. Um, so, do you eat regular meal times or do you eat when you're hungry?
um, I like regular meal times, but I just eat when I'm hungry.
And would you say that comprises about 3 meals a day, or fewer, or more? Are you more of a snacker, grazer, or do you have like eat a bunch and then don't eat for a long time?
It just depends. See, my significant other, he barely eats, so it's like so it's like I'm usually snapping, but I like meals.
Okay.
I prefer meals.
So, do you ever try to get him to sit down and have a meal with you?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Or do you ever try to get him to sit down and have a meal with you, and he's just like, no, I'm busy, or I'm hungry, or what? Or not hungry? I mean.
Yeah, I do. I do. I like going out with him. And that's like one of the only times that I enjoy being social. So I really like going out to dinner with him. He says that he don't mind. He doesn't mind it. But what's the point in going out to dinner if you're not going to eat?
He doesn't eat anything.
he'll like pick at it. Like he'll like pick out certain things.
Huh, that's so weird. Okay, let's talk about your sleeping schedules. How many hours of sleep do you need a night?
I would say I need at least 6.
Okay, do you take steps to make sure you get that many hours of sleep?
I try. I try.
So you pay attention to what time you go to bed at night, and you're going, it's getting late, I better go to bed, and then you either do or you don't, or what?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely do. Yeah, I do.
And what time is when you look at the clock and you see that number, you go, oh Jesus, that's too late, I gotta go to bed.
I think it just depends. I think it depends on if I had the day off the next day, I can, usually stay up at the latest 2. But like if I work the next day, I go in early. I usually go in at like 5. So I wanna go to sleep at least at 12, I would say.
Okay. And can you tell me about what kind of media you consume when you're not consuming media that teaches you anything? So any kind of like videos just for entertainment or books or whatever.
It's basically everything. Just whatever I guess looks interesting at the moment. Like I'll just like scroll through YouTube and like, oh, that looks interesting. I'll watch that. But then usually like that leads into like some sort of rabbit hole of ideas and stuff.
Have you been following the Johnny Depp Amber Heard saga?
I have actually, just a little bit. Like I'll see it on TikTok and stuff.
Okay, do you have an opinion on it?
I think that she's really mean.
I think she's totally a cunt.
Yeah, she is. She's just honestly disgusting.
Yeah.
A disgusting human being. You don't do that to somebody.
It's like I only heard her talk for like 5 seconds. I immediately jumped to that conclusion, and I stick to it without any further evidence. I can just tell she's a narcissist.
It's absolutely just insane how someone can go in front of all of those people and just lie directly to their face and boo-hoo and cry, and it's just all fake. It's just sad.
So you think you see it right through it right away, or did it take you a while to see through it?
Honestly, I probably saw right through it. At least that's what I would think.
Okay, do you ever watch any reality shows like either Big Brother, Love Island, or anything like that?
I have, but I mean, I don't know if I necessarily like enjoy it, but I do watch reality TV.
Do you have
pastime?
Do you have Netflix?
Mhm.
Do you watch those shows where it's like dystopian future, only 10 kids survived, and like those kind of shows?
It's funny that you say that because my boyfriend thinks that I watch the most dreadful stuff. I really like mystery and like murder stuff.
Murder.
Yeah,
Okay.
Isn't that awful?
Do you like real life murder stories, or do you like make believe ones, or does it make no difference?
It depends. I do like documentaries, but movie-oriented documentaries, like where it looks real and it feels real. You know what I mean? I do like that.
So are you into like?
I don't know which one I prefer.
Are you into like the first 48, and the cops are trying to figure out who killed this guy in the first 48 hours?
I've actually never seen that show, but I like Diane Sawyer. I think that's her name.
Okay, sure.
That show.
Is
that?
Well, Diane Sawyer, of course, is Tom Sawyer's daughter. Little known fact.
Really?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What's your relationship with holidays? Are you things you look forward to, or things you dread, or both, or neither?
I kind of forget that they exist until it comes around. But I usually get excited. Right. When everyone else starts to get excited, that's usually whenever I start to get excited about it. But like silly holidays like, I don't know, what's a like St. Patrick's Day? I don't know. I don't really care much about that.
Do you put up decorations for Christmas or Halloween?
not really Halloween, but Christmas, I try to. If I'm able to, like, get into it, I guess.
Okay, what are your thoughts
You
about
know?
having such long hair that you have?
Um, yeah, so I've never had long hair until the past 2 years. And it was sort of like my boyfriend's family is super religious sort of thing. And I didn't do it necessarily to like impress them, but I was like, you know what, maybe, because I see all these, pretty girls with long hair. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll look pretty with long hair too. And I seem to enjoy it, so.
Okay. Does it bother you that hairs are always getting all over the bathroom floor?
No, but it does bother me whenever it gets stuck in stuff.
Okay. Do you have to brush it a lot?
I should be. I should, but I'm not. I probably, on a good day, I might brush my hair.
Okay. All right. So, what is your physical state of being right now? Do you have any aches and pains, cricking your neck? Are you sitting in a comfortable spot? Like, did you pick the chair that you're sitting in to be comfortable, or you just pick the chair that you always sit in? Are you aware of how comfortable
Yeah,
your body is right now?
yeah. I chose. It's like a swing, and I didn't want to sit on. I didn't want to sit on the ground. This was the only chair nearby. My knees kind of hurt, but I think that's just from working all day. I was really nervous for this, so my tummy's a little, you know.
Okay. And how do you feel emotionally right now? Do you still feel nervous?
A little bit, but not so much.
Okay. Can you describe to me the feeling of sadness?
Yeah. It's like dark. Um, it's gloomy. Um, it like for me, I feel it like in my like chest, and it like tightens, and like I can also like feel my heart, like sink.
Can you think of the last time you experienced that feeling?
Like 10 minutes ago.
Over what?
This I don't know. I was super nervous about this.
But you weren't sad about it, were you?
Oh, I guess I wasn't sad about it. I guess anxiety and sadness kind of like twiddle
Mush
between,
together? Okay, what does it feel like if you're
Yeah.
about to cry?
It's like, you know what I mean? It's like so tight and like, it's like a flood of emotions. It's literally like a flood of emotions just like pouring out of me.
When that happens, do you feel irritated at yourself for being emotional or glad that you got it all out?
Oh, irritated for sure.
Okay. So
'Cause
you'd rather
do you
other
ever
people.
really let it out? You know?
I mean, I do, but I'm a different type than you are. It works differently for me, but I'm a different type than you are.
Wait, what
Okay.
did you say?
I said it works differently
What
for
did you say
me.
before that?
Oh, I just said that
Oh, okay, yeah.
the emotion thing. Whenever I let out my emotions, I feel tired and like it just rained or something, like all clean. But regardless,
Really?
yeah.
I
But
guess so after. I guess after it's very exhausting. I'm super tired. It's like I just want to go sleep.
what happens if somebody criticizes you for being too emotional? Does that ever happen?
This is just depends. Yes, it does. But like, it's usually just like, I guess it just depends on like what is your intentions behind that? You know what I mean? Like, are you trying to like flatter me? Like, are you trying to say it's a good thing? Or are you saying it as like, I guess an insult? Did you say an insult?
They're saying, listen, you're not
I
being
guess
logical. You're not being logical. You're using your emotions and making this decision too much. That's what someone's telling you.
Okay, but like, what if using your feelings in that situation is the best, way to go about it?
Well, it would be an excellent response.
Like, let's say, like, what's an example of something like that? I don't know, like someone's mom died. You don't want to like go up to them and like be insensitive towards that situation and be like, well, go straight, to planning the funeral, or like, this is how we gotta put stuff in, order to rearrange a memorial service of some sorts. You want to be comforting, you want to be kind,
Look, your mom's dead. You know it. I know it. Now you can stop grieving. There's no point. It's illogical.
I guess so.
Somebody might go like that. I don't know. Probably not.
I'm sure some people would say that.
Okay. So you currently work in a bakery, and you deal with presumably a lot of customers. Uh, do you find that rewarding, tiring, both?
It can be quite tiring, especially if someone's mean or things don't go how I expected the day to go or whatever. But I guess that's with any job. But I guess specifically working with what's the word? With people, I guess it's I don't know. It's like you always have to. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's exhausting sometimes. Yeah.
Well, can you give me an example of a customer that would tire you out a lot?
Yeah. There was actually a guy a couple of weeks ago who he said that he wanted a dozen glazed donut, and I boxed the dozen glazed donuts, and I got up there and he wanted a dozen glazed donut holes, and he got really upset. The line was long. He had been waiting, probably about 40 minutes or something, and he just starts, being really mean to me, and I literally start crying. And I'm just like, I'm so sorry, and I bring him up or whatever, and I had to go back to the back. I was boohooing in the garage for maybe like 5-10 minutes. Isn't that awful?
Did he feel bad? Did the guy feel bad?
I honestly don't even know. I was so upset. I don't even know I don't even remember what he said.
I remember one time I made a cashier cry, but I was being nice. It's just she made a mistake, and I was trying to be like, okay, you're charging me $10 too much for this cup of coffee.
Oh no.
And she couldn't
I guess in
figure
that
out.
situation, I'd just be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
Well,
I'll get that.
she had this formula she was supposed to do if you got takeout that added a service charge for a tip, basically. And she instead of adding 10%, she was adding $10.
Oh no.
And I was trying to explain it to her, and she just burst into tears.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if I would cry over that, but I've done that. I've cried at work. Very embarrassing.
Okay, so when you have a good day at work, what's some quality of it that made it go like, oh, that was a good day. They went by fast. It wasn't that tiring. It was pretty fun. What happened at work when it's a good day?
I would probably say who I am working with, my coworkers. That is always a beneficial factor in how the day is going to go. If you have mean, nasty coworkers, you're just not going to enjoy it anyways. And then on top of it, if you have terrible customers, then gosh, it's a recipe for disaster.
Okay, cool. So now I'm going to ask you to just explain to me how to mow the lawn. I've come to you. I need your instructions. Hey, I've been told to mow the lawn. I've got the lawnmower here. What do I do?
Okay. I've never mowed a lawn before, so I'm honestly not even sure. But I would assume that, of course, you need your equipment, which would probably be your lawnmower. And I guess it depends on the size of your yard. If your backyard's bigger than your front, I would probably start with the front and then take a break and then maybe do half of the back and then take a break and then do the rest.
Okay. Describe for me your own relationship with task completion. Like if you have a list of things, either mental or actually a list, that you plan to do today, how likely are you to actually get those things done versus how likely are you to say, oh, this is boring, forget about it, I'll do it tomorrow?
I guess it just depends on how stressed out I am about that specific thing.
Okay. So
how much it's like impacting my daily life, you know what I mean?
So more stress means more likely to get it done?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Does it reach a point of critical mass? Like you endure stress for a day or two, and then you get too stressed and so you say, okay, that's it. I have to do something about it. Or do you start doing
Wait.
something about it when you recognize it's stressing you out?
No. I usually let it, sizzle in the pan for a little bit, and then I take care of it. But I guess it really just depends on how bad it is. I mean, I've been putting off cleaning my room for God knows how long. It
Okay.
stresses me out really bad,
Break that
and I
task into
really want to
steps
get it
for me.
clean.
Break that task into steps for me.
Oh, cleaning my room?
What's the optimal number of steps to break it into?
Oh, jeez. I don't know. It takes as many steps as it needs. You might run into some difficulties.
Okay. Um, can you, let's say in your community there's a problem, namely,
Mm-hmm.
in all the farmers' fields nearby have started growing this non-native weed that the cows don't like to eat. And it's taking over the fields, the grazing lands. And they've come to you and they said, we need your
Mm-hmm.
help. Solve this problem for us.
They're asking the wrong girl. I have no idea how to help that. No clue.
Okay.
No idea. And I feel bad for the cows. I really hope they find the right person. I might help them. I might actually help them find the right person. Maybe. I think I might. I think I might help them find the right person. But it's just not me.
Okay.
It's not me.
If only cows eat grass and I eat grass, am I necessarily a cow?
If only cows eat grass and you eat grass,
Correct.
I mean, I guess you're a cow, right?
Yes. Correct. If all grass eaters are cows and I'm a cow, do I necessarily eat grass?
You lost me. I
If
don't know.
if all cows are grass eaters and I'm a cow, do I necessarily eat grass?
I I, I want to say no, but I'm gonna say yes.
The answer is yes. If all cows eat grass and I'm a cow, I do eat grass. Okay.
Okay.
Can you tell me who my mother's sister's daughter is in relationship to me?
Your mother's sister's daughter.
Yeah.
So your mother is your mother. Your sister,
True.
mother's sister. That's your aunt. Your mother's sister's your aunt, and then their daughter is your niece.
Nope. Everybody says that though.
Dang.
It's your cousin.
Oh.
Um, how about
That's
how about this one? Can you tell me if 10 bananas make up one throttle load, and one throttle load,
what's a bottle load?
it doesn't matter. That's the point. If 10,
Okay.
10 bananas equal one throttle load, and
Okay.
there are 7 fistfuls um, in, and there are 7 fistfuls make up 5 bananas. Then how many fistfuls are there of bananas are there in a throttle load?
So what was the numbers again?
Okay, if there are 10
10,
bananas in a
10,
throttle load, and
10 bananas. Oh, in a
and
throttle load. Okay.
seven fistfuls equals 5 bananas. So how many fistfuls are there in a throttle load?
I really don't know.
The answer is
I really
14. 14 fistfuls in a throttle load.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, let's move on to a different kind of test here. So, can you tell me
Okay.
possible reasons why you or somebody else might want to go hang gliding?
the excitement, the adrenaline. Maybe they like nature. Maybe they want to reconnect their soul to the trees. I don't know.
Okay. Would you
Wait, they're going. What's hang gliding? I'm thinking of zip lining.
hang gliding? Is you have like wing like these this triangle on top of your back, there's wings, and you hold on to this pole, and you're flat. You have this thing supporting your legs too in the
Okay.
back, and you just fly around like that.
I guess for the fun, right?
I guess so.
Um,
Would you ever go hang gliding?
Maybe if I was given the opportunity, I might.
Would you go skydiving?
I don't know about that.
What about bungee jumping?
I would like to. I mean, that sounds like fun, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't think I would do that.
Okay. So let's play World Mic Power. You have the microphone for 30 seconds. Whatever advice you have for the world gets broadcast to everybody in the world and translated into their language and broadcast directly into their ears. What do you have to say?
Okay. That first part.
You want me to repeat it?
Yes, please.
Okay, you have World Mic Power. What that means is you have 30 seconds to give advice to the world, and whatever you say gets translated into every language and broadcast directly into everybody's ear. What do you have to say?
Oh wow. I would say you said I have 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Let's all be nice and let's all be kind. And let's all share gas, please.
Let's all share gas?
I don't want to. I'm tired of spending $4 on gas. I don't know. I just thought of that because I'm low on gas, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
That's good
I guess
advice.
I would give some sort of yeah. It's not the best. It's truly not the best, Eric. Come on, it's not the best.
Hey, gas is really expensive. I agree.
Someone else could probably do that better than me. Yeah, it's sad. It's awful, but what can you do about it, you know?
Yeah. Maybe we should invade some more Middle Eastern countries.
Maybe, but then what about those people? Do they need gas? What about their, how does that impact them?
They're grateful for our liberating American warriors.
Are they though?
Okay. So, tell me about the best movies and worst movies you've ever seen.
Oh gosh. My favorite movie is The Notebook. 100%. The worst movie I've ever seen is probably, what's it called? I watched it in theaters. Slender Man. Oh, it was awful. It was terrible.
Okay. I'm going to ask Rachel to come over here now and to ask you to explain your reasoning why you liked and didn't like those two movies and have you and she talk about movies and TV shows for a little bit, okay?
Okay, cool.
I like to get her opinion on these things and get her in here in these sessions.
I'd love that.
Anytime that she's in the room. So, here she comes. There you go, sweetie. Let me move this out of your way.
Hello.
Hello, Rachel.
So nice to meet you.
Yes, so nice to meet you.
So, movies, entertainment, what kind of movies are you interested in?
Well, ask her to repeat the ones she said were her favorite and the least favorite.
Oh, I'm sorry. You've already said. So what are your least? What's your most favorite and your least favorite?
My most favorite movie is probably The Notebook. I love The Notebook.
And your least.
Something about what? I'm sorry.
Oh no! Continue.
Yeah, something about just. I love the nostalgia of it all. Of course I wasn't born in the 50s, but it's just the summer love, right? The summer love story. It's just, it's to die for.
I had back in the day when it first came out, I had my wallpaper like screensaver was the Notebook. So I'm a fan as well. It is a good movie. It really is. And actually, I actually believe that it's a good movie even for like men to see. I mean, yes, it's extremely romantic, but I think because of the two things, you know, you've seen the movie, the two things that are happening, and you know, it's not completely a linear story that's going on. It's I think adds dimension to the story. So I think
absolutely.
Yeah.
I never even thought of it that way, actually. I really enjoy it. I like feeling, you know, I don't know. I really enjoy that movie. My worst favorite, I hate the movie Slender Man. That's just the first thing I could think of.
Slender Man?
It was awful. It was awful. Yeah. You probably never heard of it. It was terrible.
I've never heard of it. So what's it about?
It's about, have you heard of like the folklore behind Slender Man?
No.
Really?
Yes, I have no idea.
Yeah, it was a really big thing a few years ago. Like, people were literally killing their friends and stuff for like Slender Man. Yeah, it was huge. I would definitely recommend doing some research into it. It was crazy, but it was a terrible movie. The acting was awful. It was just terrible.
So acting was awful, and it was a story that was terrible too.
Yes, the story, the whole plot. It wasn't even scary. Oh, you could just tell it was just fake.
So it was a scary movie that wasn't even scary. That's
yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, it was pretty god awful.
Now,
I would say 10% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow. Okay, that's saying something.
I don't really know.
What's the most recent movie you've seen?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know. What was the last thing that I watched? I watched. It was a really good movie about the volleyball. Wilson was the volleyball. I know that, and he was like stranded on the island.
Oh yes, with Tom Hanks.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That
wasn't the last movie, but I know that I watched that recently.
That is a good movie too. I cried.
I did too.
Did you?
Yeah, it was such a good movie.
It evokes emotions that you don't even. You think. I mean, he's talking to a volleyball, but and then when he, oh my gosh, at the end when he re-sees his wife, and oh my gosh, my heart.
Awesome. You feel for him.
Yes.
You're like, oh, I just wish things could have been different. And then whenever he delivers the package back to that girl.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, Castaway. I think that was the name of it. Castaway.
Yes, yeah. Castaway. That's it. Yeah, that's the movie.
So do you tend to gravitate more towards dramas or romantic movies, comedies?
No to comedies. No offense to comedies. I just can't do comedies. But I do like romance movies. Dramas are okay. I'll handle a good drama. I do like, I told Eric earlier, I like mystery stuff and like murder and like sci-fi and like that kind of stuff as well. But I liked that more when I was younger, I guess. But I still enjoy a good sci-fi movie.
I do too, actually. When it's written really well or directed really well,
yes. Yeah.
You know, it could really grip you and almost take you to a different kind of a different place. It takes you into space. You really feel like
you're able to it's so intriguing to picture a different like reality, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and a different perspective, I guess, in a way of how things are, working and being done.
It's always interesting to see the director's take
Yeah,
on space too.
yeah.
So,
You want to take back over? I'm ready.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you so much.
Well, it was
And
good talking to
yeah,
you.
you too.
Okay, cool. So, can you tell me about a sequence of insignificant details comprising your day up until now, such as I got up, brushed teeth, had a bowl of oatmeal, like that kind of stuff?
So this is today.
Yeah, today.
Okay. I woke up today at 4. So I woke up today at 4. I went into work at 5. I didn't eat breakfast, but I got coffee from Starbucks. And then that didn't sit right with my stomach. So when I got to work, I went to the restroom.
Starbucks coffee never does.
It's awful.
It
But
is.
it's okay. But like whenever you're in a bind, you don't have time to go to the coffee shop downtown. You know what I mean? Starbucks does just fine. But gosh, it didn't sit right.
It's too strong. They make their coffee too strong. There's nothing wrong with the coffee. I'm drinking Starbucks brand coffee right now, but I made it here at the house and I put in the right amount, which is normal coffee. You put in 2 full scoops. Starbucks coffee, you put in 1 heaping scoop.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But I think it also just depends on what you get, because I don't really like strong coffee, so.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Starbucks coffee's always, it's like they put it in extra strong.
What do you usually get?
Well, when I go there now, last time I got this shaken oat milk espresso. That was really.
That's absolutely disgusting.
That was so good, though.
What?
It is. I was surprised how good it was. It was really good.
Really? I didn't like it.
My daughter used to work there, so she knows.
Okay.
The other day, I called her up to ask her. I said, what percentage of people at Starbucks use their names for the sizes versus people who say medium, large, and small? I was curious about it. I say large, medium, and small because I don't remember their names,
That's so funny.
And she said,
What did you say?
She said like about 20% of people use large, medium, and small, and they're all men over 40.
Oh my god, that makes so much sense. That does make sense.
Anyway, I interrupted your day by on that sidetrack there, so please continue.
I didn't realize that you did. It's okay. After I got to work, I just was on my grind, waiting on customers, etc., etc. And then that whole thing with the coworker happened. That was towards the end of the shift, though. And then I got home. I was waiting for an email back from you, and then what did I do after that? I think I took a nap, and then I saw your email. So, I got all dressed, and then I came over here.
Okay, when you went to take a nap, do you have a process you go through when you're putting yourself to sleep, such as first I imagine like picturing sheep jumping over a fence is the textbook like cartoon way of going to sleep, right? You know how you've probably seen that in a cartoon of somebody imagining sheep jumping over a fence. Well, people have those kind of things, but not that usually. Can you describe what kind of things you have when you're putting yourself to sleep?
I just usually just think about what I'm going to dream about.
Okay. And so you're like...
I sort of plant that idea in my head. I manifest it in my dreams.
Okay. So you're thinking about happy pretend realities.
Yes.
Okay. You totally look like you have horns coming inside your head.
Wait, I should keep it like that.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, it was perfect there for a second. Okay, that's cool. Is it easy for you to put yourself in imagination or pretend land?
Yeah, for sure. It's like a coping mechanism, right?
Yeah, it is. Okay, do you like to cook at all?
I do, but I wouldn't do it every day.
When you cook, do you clean as you cook, or do you cook all and then clean up all at the end?
think it just depends. If I'm at my mom's house, she likes things to be clean and stuff. I don't want to get yelled at, so I do try to like pick up. But if it's like 12 o'clock at night and I want, toast or something, I'm probably gonna leave it a mess.
You leave a mess making toast?
Hey, yeah, I'm the worst. I'm the worst at like I make pretty big messes. Eating, cooking, I guess. Anything. I'll make a mess.
Right from the very start of this conversation, you reminded
What?
me. So right from the very start of this conversation, you reminded me sort of Rachel.
Of a what? I'm sorry. I hear like ducks or something.
I said right from the beginning of this conversation, you reminded me of Rachel.
Of Rachel, really?
Yeah, and what you're describing as making a mess just by making toast is very Rachel-esque, and that it depends whether you're at which kitchen you're in as to how much of a mess you make.
Yeah, I guess so.
That sounds exactly like Rachel right there. I just wanted to mention that. She's exactly like that. Okay. So, I mean, I've got you narrowed down to a few possible types here, but I'm not exactly sure which one it is. So,
Okay.
let's see if I can figure that out. This next game we're going to play is called Well, that's why they always say miggity miggity meow. You're going to fill in the miggity miggity meow with something that means something. So, for example, if I said, I bought this book because it's got such a great picture on the front of it, but the words inside are terrible, you'd say, well, that's why they always say, don't judge a book by its cover.
Oh, I have a feeling I'm bad at this.
Yeah, but you get the idea, right?
I think so. So you like say like some sort of like, I guess it's not slogan, but
an aphorism.
Like make like a leave or leave. What is it? Make like a tree and leave sort of thing?
Yeah, a saying, an aphorism.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Now, it can be one that exists or it can be one that you make up, okay?
Okay, cool, okay.
Now, here's the little story that you're going to tell me well, that's why they always say miggity miggity meow about, okay? The story goes like this. I went to brunch the other day with Judy, and she said, you've got to try their frog souffle. It's the most delicious thing you've ever tasted. And I said, I don't really like frogs. And she said, no, but you're going to love this because they pan fry it in truffle oil. And I was like, fine, I'll get it. Even she was like, I'm like, it's so expensive though. And she's like, but it's so good. I said, fine, I'll get it. I bought it. And it was terrible. I didn't like it at all. I wish I hadn't gotten it.
Okay, what would be a good... I don't know. I'm really trying. I'm having some sort of like block.
Well, I mean, it could be as simple as, well, that's why they always say don't eat frogs.
Oh, I guess so. I mean, I guess that works. Maybe I'm just trying to make it too perfect.
Yeah, don't try to make it too perfect. Just give me some possible lesson you could take away from it.
Okay, go with your gut.
Okay, good. Now, let's turn it around. You tell me a little story that's intended to convey a message, and I'll tell you the message that's supposed to be conveyed like that.
Okay, so you was at the store, you was buying, some clothes, you went to go check out, and your total ended up being $500. And all you got was a hoodie and a hat.
That's why they always say, check the price tags before you buy.
Yeah, that is what they say, huh?
Yeah, that's what they say. Okay, have you ever heard me play Inky Pinky with anybody before?
Yes.
Alright, so let's try a couple of those then. This is a rainstorm of tall buildings. It's an Inky Pinky.
Okay.
Or a gentle rainstorm of tall buildings.
A gentle rainstorm. Okay. Let's do. Trying to think of things that rhyme. I'm sorry, this is taking me way too long.
That's fine. You want a different one?
Yeah, let's do a different one.
The answer was tower shower.
Oh, okay, that was good.
Let's try another.
I might be able to come up with one.
Okay, go ahead. Let's switch it around. You come up with one.
Okay. Okay. This is a pattern. No. Let's use another one. Okay. This is an object that you can fly with a remote, and it can go to you if you need it for money. It dispenses it out. It comes flying at you towards your doorstep. It's money.
Okay. A drone loan? Is it a drone loan?
Yes, that's it.
Good. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to tell you the first half of a story, and I want you to complete the story for me. Okay.
Okay.
A man walks into the dry cleaners with a penguin under his arm, and he says to he says to the owner of the dry cleaning store, he says, "I'd like to get my penguin dry cleaned," and the penguin says, "I don't want to get dry cleaned." And the owner says, "We don't normally dry clean penguins here," and the penguin says, "Nobody dry cleans penguins. I'm clean, first of all, and even if I weren't clean, I'd want to be wet cleaned." And the guy looks at the penguin and says, "You shut up, you're my penguin." And he says to the other guy, "I'll give you $1,000 to dry clean my penguin." Now you finish the story.
Okay, so the penguin continues talking, right? And, he keeps going on and on about how he doesn't want to be dry cleaned. He doesn't want to get wet. The only reason why he should get wet is if he's in Antarctica. And he's already not okay with being a pet, okay? He doesn't like that. He wants to be independent with his other penguin friends up in Antarctica. Anyways, so this owner of this pet is holding him hostage. And it is not okay. But all of a sudden, this penguin starts coughing, like Squeaky from Toy Story. And he goes, and then he's like, okay, maybe I do need a little bit of dry cleaning. And, well, he gets dry cleaned. He's not happy about it. He doesn't look professional. He doesn't even look like a penguin anymore. He looks like...
Did he get rid of all the black parts and now he's just all white?
Yeah, he looks awful. He looks like a goose.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
He's still unable to fly.
Okay, so he just had to acquiesce,
wait,
huh?
No, we cannot end it that way. We can't end it. We can't. The penguin goes back to Antarctica, results back into his original penguin form. And the owner is happy. He gets a dog or something normal.
Why does all this happen?
What?
Why does all that happen?
I don't know. It just made it just a tad bit more interesting.
It made it a happier ending.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's see here. I started to ask you about this, and I feel like we got sidetracked and I never got it. If you answered, I don't remember what it is, which is, can you tell me about your relationship with task completion? About how many, getting things done. Do they loom for a long time before you get to them, or do you have a motto of just get it out of the way and get it done?
Unfortunately, they loom, and I hate it. And I hate that it's that way. It's just not going to change.
Okay, so do you find yourself reminding yourself to do something multiple times before you do it, or do you just forget about it for a long time and then realize, okay, I have to do it now? But you've had sort of this looming sense of dread throughout.
I don't even know if it's like I have to do it now. It's just like, okay, well, I don't know. Like for example, like my room being cleaned. I want it to. I'm going on like a trip this weekend, so I'm gonna get it cleaned because I don't want to come back to a dirty room. You know what I mean? That's that's just. I'm gonna get it done because I don't want to come back to a clean room. But it's not because uh it was just it's too much for me to look at anymore. It's just it's easier. You know, whenever you leave on vacation, you already are gonna have laundry to do and other things.
So you might
So
as
might
well
as
do
well
the
finish
other
it.
things. Okay. So when you start cleaning it, how do you anticipate that going down? You start picking up clothes first, and then find yourself grabbing things and moving them to different places, or what?
Oh, for sure. I usually like jump back and forth from things to things. So like I'll like put everything on top of the bed. So like everything that's on the floor will go on top of the bed. I know some people make their bed first, but no, everything goes on top of the bed. And then I don't know. I'll come back to that. I will come back to that whole big old mess after I maybe like vacuum or um maybe place those things in a designated area. But I do jump back and forth. It's not it's not what's the word? I don't know the
It's
word.
not, you're not executing a clear plan of attack,
No.
basically.
No.
Okay. So, all right. Can you tell me about the last time you went to a market, supermarket, or store? Can you describe to me that experience in a sequence of I went in, I walked past the produce aisle, I went to the shampoo aisle, I got my favorite shampoo, I put it in the basket, like that?
Maybe if I was to go to like I don't know Walmart or something, I'll probably grab my cart and then I'll.
Wait. Hold on. I want you to remember the last time you actually did this. I don't want you
Oh,
to come up with an example of a time that you might have done it or prove that you can make
okay.
up a time. I want you to actually
Okay.
remember a
Cool.
time.
Okay. Yeah. I went to Myers the other day. I was shopping for. I had went there. I had went there for a shampoo. Actually, I had went there for a shampoo, and I didn't get shampoo. I ended up leaving with 10 other things.
Okay, so can you walk me through that shopping trip?
Yeah. I went into Myers, and I saw the clothes. I was like, "Oh my gosh, that is a cute top." So then I put the top in my cart, and then I saw these cute like pants. So then I grabbed the pants, put them in my cart, and then I was like, okay, well my cats need cat food. So then I went back to the back and grabbed cat food, and then I put that in my cart, and then I was like, oh shit, well maybe this is too much money. So then I was like, okay, well what else do I need? And then I forgot about the shampoo because I was too focused on the cute clothes that I saw. So then I checked out, and then I think I remembered once I got in the car, but it was just like whatever at that point.
Okay. Do you find it satisfying to buy things? Is it like you get.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a terrible coping mechanism.
Okay. I want you to talk to Rachel again.
Okay.
I want you guys to compare notes on this thing.
Okay.
Alright, I want you guys to discuss and explore the concept of buying things as a coping mechanism.
Oh. Hi again.
Hello. So you have excessive buying as well?
Yeah, I do. I do enjoy shopping. I've enjoyed
It's
shopping
awful.
since I've been. I know it is awful. And I've enjoyed shopping since I was like a teen too. Like
Mhm.
since I've been able to, um, shop with friends. I got into clothes and then
Yes.
accessories.
It's
Um,
it's terrible.
oh, so do you find it therapeutic?
I don't know. It's probably honestly like pretty toxic, but I do enjoy it. I would say it feels therapeutic in the moment, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I
But
do.
then after I'm like, I'm really never going to wear this. It was really probably a waste of my money. I have the same dress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do. It's only recently that, like, with, like, clothing, I only buy what I think is going to be good for the season. So instead of buying something that's trendy, I'll be like, I'll buy more dresses because I'm in warmer
It's summer.
weather. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's good to bring your mind back on the the main objective.
yeah.
It's so hard. That's why I don't like going in stores. I mean, it's so much. There's so much to look at, and not as much money as I wish I had. So it's like it's sad sometimes. It's pretty upsetting sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely is. And, you know, honestly, sometimes they rob you. Like, because, like, it could be
So true.
something that is, like, maybe pretty looking, but then, like tarnishes. Like, okay, so I bought this, like, cool set of, like, rings from Free People, and I was, like, so stoked because, like, I saw it online, they had it in the store. I was like, okay, like, this is the sign from the universe, like, I'm getting it. And it was like a group of like 6 rings or something, so it was like it felt special, you know,
Right.
because you're
Right.
getting a lot. But they
Mhm.
all tarnished my fingers, and they all turned
Oh,
green. Yeah,
that
so
is so upsetting.
it
So
is.
upsetting.
So, you know, like, I went to a group of friends, and I asked, I heard about the nail polish trick of using clear nail polish to,
Oh.
yes, yeah, on the ring, and apparently it stops the tarnishing. So, but
Have you tried it yet?
I actually haven't yet, but I did it to a couple of rings, but I haven't worn the rings yet. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so I can't say if that actually works or not,
Hmm.
but yeah,
Ask her what the antecedent to that is. Like, what is it that makes her go, okay, I want to buy something now when she didn't 5 seconds ago or whatever?
okay, yeah. What is it that makes you want to buy something when you didn't, maybe, 5 minutes ago?
I don't know. It's just like it's an undescribable feeling. It's it's like it's sort of like an adrenaline rush in a sense. It's like, oh my goodness, like I can just picture it all. I can picture me in this beautiful dress, going out to dinner, with my boyfriend, and having this extravagant, it's all make believe. Am I ever gonna go out to dinner, at a fancy place? No, probably not. But like, it's still fun.
Yeah, it's no, that's absolutely completely relatable. I mean, I definitely buy things in hope that we're gonna go out and I'm gonna wear it somewhere, but, like, really, we're couch potatoes. Like, we don't really go anywhere. Yeah, so it's like I'm just doing it for also the adrenaline rush. Like, at least for
Yeah,
me, um it's a bit of a high.
it
Uh,
is. It totally is. It totally is.
oh,
And that's why I love Target. I love Target so much. But I usually like to go if I want to buy a lot, I like to go to like Goodwill or like secondhand stores because then it's like, oh my goodness, I got all of this nice stuff and I only paid $30. So it's like a win-win.
thrift store shopping can be, that is so fun too. Like, especially like you said, when you get something for, like, a cheap price and it's like your size. It's like
Mhm.
it's like, I'm always like, this is from the universe. Like, I have to get it. Like, it's
Yeah, it's true.
pathetic. It's pathetic. And recently, so online, like, I've been doing a lot of online shopping.
Mhm.
Online, they'll have um they'll have labels that say like bestseller or only a few left, and that gets me. Yeah,
it's
because
very tempting.
yes, because then I'm like, oh my gosh, there's only a few left, and I'm gonna be like possibly the person to like
have it.
to have it.
Item.
Yes, to have this item when it's so popular. There's something about fashion that is so vapid. Like
it's true.
Okay, I'm really
yes.
gonna take back over.
All right, so Eric's ready to
Come back.
come back. Bye.
It was nice talking to you again.
You too.
Thanks, Rachel.
Yeah.
Okay, my next question is, are there any questions you anticipated me asking or things you wanted to discuss or make sure were clearly expressed about yourself that you don't feel I covered yet or has been covered yet in this conversation?
I don't know. I guess we didn't really talk about. I am a bit like artistic in a way. I guess we didn't really get into like creativity.
You're right. What kind of creative endeavors do you have?
Well, I go to school in California, but I don't live in California. But I do online school there, and I'm in interior architecture and design. So I really enjoy looking at like houses and like looking at like how I would furnish a certain house. I like to sew. I like to knit. I like to do like little crafty stuff. But do I ever complete those things?
Do you have an opinion about this couch?
I don't really know. I can't really see it. I can't. What color is it? Is it like a reddish, like pink?
It's kind of brick color.
A brick color. I mean, it's nice.
It's
It
too
looks fine.
low. It's too low. That's the problem.
It's too low.
Yeah, I'm tall. I need
See,
a taller chair. Is what
yeah.
I need.
For me, like whenever I'm looking at that kind of stuff, I don't really think about functionality. I just like the way it looks.
I see. What about your own stuff? How important is it that your bed be a certain kind of comfortable?
It's not important until I try to fall asleep.
Okay. How important is it that when you're hungry you eat right away, or can you hang on for a while?
I can hang on for a while, but I might be a little moody.
Okay. Are you reliable about keeping yourself hydrated, drinking enough fluids? No?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Can you tell me about another maybe a movie I've seen that you thought was really bad besides Slender Man?
Yeah, let's see.
Have you seen Aquaman?
No, I haven't.
Terrible movie.
Well, I mean, it has Amber Heard, right?
Apparently it does. I just learned that today, actually, that it has Amber Heard in it. I didn't know it had Amber Heard in it until today. But Rachel and I watched the whole movie. And I can't believe we watched the whole thing because it was so terrible. Anyway, can you think of
What's a movie that I've seen that was awful besides Slender Man? I usually don't realize how bad a movie is. It has to be pretty god awful for me to realize it was pretty god awful.
So you're there as an audience member to give it the benefit of the doubt and to get from it what entertainment is providing you, and it's gonna have to fail miserably for you to go, okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about
sure.
What about when you're watching videos to learn things? Is it something specific, like a technique in your sewing or your knitting, maybe, or is it something more broad, like philosophical?
Oh God. I like this. I can't keep up though. I can't keep up. I have a hard time keeping up. With knitting and sewing and stuff, I taught myself. So I've watched videos on like how to do maybe a certain thing if I forgot, how to do a certain thing, but I don't really watch stuff like that, I guess.
Okay, so when did you teach yourself? Recently or a long time ago?
Oh, it's been a while.
What made you teach yourself that?
I don't really know. I like doing stuff like that. I like picking up, I guess, new hobbies or whatever.
Okay. Uh, do you like gardening at all?
I want to get into gardening. I've watched a lot of videos on gardening and canning. I really want to do that.
Okay.
But will I? I
Did
don't
you
know.
grow up like in the country or the woods or something like that?
No. But I do envy that life. I really want I want that life, you know what I mean?
Do you watch
Don't
shows
know.
like Alone and Survivor and stuff like that? Like Survivor Man?
I've watched Survivor, but it was just one of those shows that, I watch a few episodes, but I won't keep up with it.
No, I didn't mean Survivor. I said Survivor, but I was talking about Survivor Man. I mean, like Alone, like where they drop people off in the wilderness and they have to survive on the land. Do you like that kind of stuff? Do you ever watch it?
Yeah, I like that stuff. I would say I like that stuff.
Okay. Have you ever gone hunting?
No. That's no. That's a no.
Is it
I
because
couldn't do that.
it's too sad?
It's way too sad.
Yeah.
It's awful. I actually not yesterday. It was a few days ago. I was driving home and there was a dead cat in the road. I'm getting emotional literally talking about it. And I literally stopped my car on the side of the road, went up to I was so nervous, shaking in my pants. I went up to the neighbors, I knocked on their door and I was like, "Would you have a shovel so I can move the cat out of the street?" I was crying, whatever, but
Right. Now that has got to be a weird experience for those people. To have a young
sure.
crying woman knock on your door and ask to borrow a shovel. Now that is that's a suspicious visitor.
The situation. I was like, "There's a dead cat outside of your house on the street." I was like, and she was just like, "I'll have my husband take care of it." But oh my gosh, I was so sad.
I picture this like multiple choice test from somewhere that says, question 1. Crying stranger knocks on your door and asks to borrow a shovel. What do you do?
I know. I was thinking the entire time, they're gonna think I'm insane. But I didn't know what to do. I could not handle the fact that people were just driving past the poor little kitty.
It was dead.
I know, but at least I don't know. I mean, what can you do? But I didn't want to see it have more trauma. You know what I mean? It was dead. But who wants to see a cat's brain splattered open?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it was just. I even touched it, Eric. I wanted to see if it was alive. I literally poked it.
Were you glad that it was dead?
No, I wasn't. I was gonna maybe try to nurse it back to life or something.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, it was stiff as a board. It was sad.
Okay. If you had brought home a horribly injured but still alive cat, do you think you would have regretted that decision at some point?
No.
Okay. Alright, let me talk to Rachel for a little bit and see what she thinks about you, and then I'll come back and tell you your type.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to mute this up here. What do you think, Rachel?
I don't think that she's an INFJ.
Okay, do you think she's an ISFJ?
Yeah, I even thought ESFJ, maybe.
Possibly. Okay, let me see if I can nail down her extroversion introversion thing a little bit more. Okay. So I'd like to nail down more about how active you are in engaging with other people versus how much of your time you spend just like consuming media. Can you
Oh.
can you sort of break down the? Because everybody spends some time consuming some media, pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes doing stuff that's necessary to be done, and sometimes just chatting with other people or engaging socially. Can you sort of break down your percentages for me?
Literally the only person I enjoy talking to is my boyfriend. I don't have friends. I don't go out unless I'm going out with him.
So are you a homebody?
No, not exactly. Like I like doing stuff with him.
Okay.
But
What kind of stuff do you do? Do you go bowling?
we have gone bowling, but he got upset, so we haven't gone bowling again.
What made him upset about bowling?
I won.
Oh, wow, he's very competitive, isn't he?
Yeah. I didn't rub it in his face though, so I don't really. At least I don't think I did.
Well, you know, the thing is, when you're the man, you always win in the end. That's the point.
But do you? That's
Yeah,
what you
you
want to
do.
say.
Now, what you do, because I was irritated at Rachel earlier, and I'm not irritated at her anymore.
That's fair. That's fair.
So anyway, okay. So would you self identify more as an introvert than an extrovert, or do you think?
Probably.
Okay. When you guys go out places, who does more of the talking, you or him?
I would definitely prefer him to talk. I do not want to talk.
Okay. All right. So what happens if you don't get enough sleep? What does it feel like?
Well, I feel like I never get enough sleep, but I would say I'm okay for the first like 2 hours. Because, I mean, I guess I'm a morning person because I kind of have to be because I work at a bakery. So it's like I put all of my energy into the first hour of like actually waking up. So like I'll be jittery and like fine. But then like after that, it's so draining. Like I'm just my eyes are heavy. I feel just absolutely drained.
Okay. Cool. I think your type is ISFJ.
Wow. Okay.
I suspect you probably came in thinking you were INFJ.
No.
What did you think you were?
I was actually me and my boyfriend were stuck between ISFP and INFP.
I don't think you are introverted feeling. Rachel, do you think she's introverted feeling?
Introverted.
ISFP
No.
or INFP? You're definitely not an ISFP.
That's interesting.
There's 0% chance you're an ISFP. Okay?
Okay, good.
We can eliminate that completely. You are not unipolar, and I don't think there's any chance you're an INFP either. Do you? Rachel?
She seems so FE.
You're so FE.
Really?
Yeah, you're super FE. You're FE tool and you're TE polar. You test TE polar as hell. You're
Wow.
You're also SE. You're SE fifth, which is gonna play out kind of similarly to SE fourth. So it's like you and Rachel have a similar relationship with buying shit. The difference is what you're describing, putting stuff in your cart and then realizing it's gonna cost too much, and then putting maybe some things back and stuff. That's a very ISFJ thing to do. Rachel does things a little differently. But you both are TE polar when it comes to like your cooking toast thing was that could have come straight out of Rachel's mouth. so the TE polar is the same, but you are not an NI dom, you're an SI dom, which is why you have such good clarity about your sleep, where you went, what you did, stuff like that. You don't give me the kind of details that an SITE person would, which is more what I'm asking for. But that's because Effie's kicking in and saying he doesn't really want to hear all these boring details. So my typing of you is ISFJ, and I type you that with a fairly high degree of certainty because my mom was an ISFJ. I mean, she's still alive, but now she's got bad Alzheimer's, so it's like she can't really talk or anything. But anyway, my mom was an ISFJ. My oldest friend that I've had for literally 48 years is an ISFJ. I went out with an ISFJ for 2.5 years, and I know ISFJ as well, and I feel confident that you are an ISFJ.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you want me to share this with you privately, or are you comfortable with me publishing it?
You can publish it.
Great. Thank you very much. I will do so forthwith.
All right.
Thanks for your business, and have